Kids don't just slip away overnight. It's an accumulation of tiny moments and parenting mistakes that stack up until the safest move for a child is to go quiet. These are some of the parenting mistakes you make that push your kids away. Only noticing mistakes, not wins. When the household radar is tuned to failure, kids live under a non-stop negative forecast. They get the idea that everything they do is supervised. They get the feeling that you can't wait to moan about something, like the good old messy room and missed homework comments. But you might think that you also give your kids praise. Well, from some of you, it's rare and vague. Good job isn't always enough. If you are wondering why does it push them away, let's just say if effort never gets seen, motivation fades. Kids stop reporting in because being visible feels risky. Mistakes are amplified and wins evaporate. You don't need to fake it, of course. Just watch, and you'll see stuff that's praiseworthy. Praising them for their hard work, commitment, focus, and overall for trying to be better is more than you think. So don't be a grumpy old boomer and let your kids know that you see the wins as well. Trashing their interests. Your tween is ecstatic about a new streamer or a goofy hobby. You roll your eyes or dismiss it as nonsense. Let's be honest, Dad or Mom, you are probably a boring person nowadays. Even a joking, "that's stupid," lands like a veto on their identity. Interests are identity bricks. When you knock out a brick, the child assumes you don't like the person they are becoming, and that hurts. To fix that, show some curiosity without pretending to be an expert. Ask them to teach you something. Say, "I don't get this yet, so show me some good parts. I want to see them as well." Teaching becomes a tiny stage where your child gets to be competent and connected. Rules with no reasons. Most of you lay down house rules like law carved in stone. I mean, we have evolved from the eye for an eye stuff. So things like phones out, bed by 9, no friends over, need to be nicely explained. Rules without a short explanation feel arbitrary and provoke resistance. Autonomy is a basic need. Arbitrary constraints trigger rebellion because the rule feels like control for control's sake. So it's not the rebellious phase, it's just you making this mistake over and over again. Try to give short, sensible reasons. Phones out at night so your sleep isn't chopped up and you need your beauty sleep. Kids are more likely to follow rules when they understand the why and have a say in tweaking them. Exploding when they tell the truth. A kid confesses a mistake and you turn into a volcano and erupt. Loud voice, long lecture. Acting like this isn't healthy for anyone. Truth then becomes risky. Kids start hiding messes and lying because the emotional fallout is worse than the problem. "Thanks for telling me. I'm worried, but we'll handle it together." That sounds a lot better, right? Also, it makes you calmer as well. You don't have to pop a blood vessel. Mind reading and assumptions. "You did that to annoy me" sounds crazy. Imagine you messing up at work, and for you, it wasn't a big deal since you would fix it by the end of the day. But then a colleague appears and says that to you. You would think that they are psycho. Assuming motives without asking reads like a courtroom verdict. Being judged for motives they didn't intend makes kids defensive and less likely to explain themselves. Ask, don't accuse. Help me understand what was going on. Use curiosity as a default stance. It invites truth without immediate blame, so you don't look like a psycho and the kid feels safer talking to you. Turning behavior into identity. Labels like lazy or careless are sticky. They don't describe a moment, they claim a character. If you tell your kids something all the time, over time they will become that. It's pretty simple. Not because you are Harry Potter or some type of magician. It's because they will get used to being called that, so it's easier to hear you call them that rather than put in the effort to make you proud. Labels become scripts kids perform. To avoid it, describe the action, not the person. "You didn't do the dishes tonight" is easier to repair than "you're irresponsible." We are all human, we all forget things. calling out only to enforce or fix. If your voice is mainly an instrument of consequence, you are literally the annoying supervisor, not a parent. Chore check, homework check, lecture. Children learn that you are administrative, not relational. Connection feels conditional on performance. They'll hide, minimize, or avoid because interaction equals obligation. Have fun with your kids. Spend time with them because you want to, not because you need to keep them in check. The passive-aggressive freeze-out. You know what? Do whatever you want, or the cold shoulder is an emotional weapon. It shuts down communication by withholding the connection. When approval mostly depends on a mood, silence becomes safer than openness. Kids learn to close instead of risk emotional loss. And trust me, your kids know you a lot better than you think. So don't act all strong, high, and mighty. Be honest. I'm pissed off right now. Give me some time to get my crap together and we'll talk. This is what you think when your kids question you in a bad mood. So just say it to them. Don't dismiss them because you can. Expecting instant emotional control. Calm down or don't cry as commands don't make your kid tough. They shame them and make them think that what they are doing is bad. Just like you, children can't flip a switch. Demanding composure without tools teaches suppression, not resilience. Be there for your kid. Listen to them and try to understand them. If they are in the wrong, tell them. Make a good lesson out of it. If they are right, you will be glad that you didn't just tell them to be normal. Turning complaints into negotiations. If every parental correction becomes a call-and-response bargaining match, the child learns to weaponize compliance and guilt. Endless negotiations are exhausting for both sides, and the underlying message they project isn't good either. Your kids will think that you can't set limits. This will lead them to think you aren't really all that. Make sure to set clear boundaries with the reasoning behind them. No screens during dinner. I want us to talk as a family. If they push back, hold the line calmly. These are moments where you need to show leadership and your parental strength. Overscheduling, under-presencing. Kids notice when your calendar is full and your mind is somewhere else. One activity after another while a parent is distracted feels like being put on autopilot. This kind of busyness tells them they're not a priority. Presence matters more than you think, so be present. This is where the no phones during dinner stuff comes in good. No phones for them, no emails for you. Talking in absolutes and made-up rules. You never listen or you always forget are rhetorical traps. Absolutes don't allow any questions, and with no answers, there is no change. When kids hear these forever statements, they feel boxed in and hopeless about improvement. You are literally giving them a life sentence for jaywalking. To avoid this, use time-bound language and offer a next step. I noticed you didn't start your homework this week. Is it hard? Do you need some help? Offer small, practical solutions that show your kid you care and have their back. That will definitely motivate them. Not repairing after you've lost it. Imagine that you just snapped. You yelled. You watched the look of hurt collect on their face and moved on without repair. If you did this once, you probably did it before as well. Think about it. We all snap, but was it truly the first time this happened? If the answer is no, we need to fix that. Apologize and be specific. I raised my voice and maybe overreacted. I'm sorry, I'll step out next time to cool down first. Show one concrete change. Kids learn repair by watching adults do it. Be a good role model. Remember, you are not alone in this. Parenting is a series of imperfect attempts to be better. The same slow, quiet pattern that drove a child inward can be reversed by small, steady fixes. Look for the little quiet signs. A door left open, a text answered quickly, a laugh in the car. Those are the signs that tell you the relationship is healing.